Hi there, this is Floating in Dreams. These are my Black Friday sale recommendations. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I thought I could share a quick little video with you today to give you my sort of tactics when it comes to shopping the Black Friday sale. I have never done a video like this before because I'm not of the opinion that I should try and get you to spend money. I think most people around this time of year are spending a little bit more anyways. We're either shopping for Christmas gifts for people or maybe some gifts for ourselves. I definitely know about myself that I like to sometimes save up a couple of more expensive purchases to wait for the sale and budget for them around this time of year because I just know that certain brands only do a sale this time of year and I kind of wait for that to happen. So today I thought I could share with you 10 brands that I tend to look out for every year when it comes to Black Friday sales. So if you were interested in any of these, then maybe you can check them out as well. I'm not going to be sharing codes or anything like that in this video today because I'm not a huge fan of that either. Myself this year, I've only made one purchase so far in this whole like Black Friday event type of thing. I usually get a little bit more, but I will be traveling to London over the Black Friday weekend. So I actually will be there and I wanted to budget my money for that trip and doing shopping physically in store while there, then getting a load of things online. I am in Europe and I do feel that Black Friday is more of an online thing here than an in-store thing. There are stores that participate, I feel, but I don't feel it's as prevalent as I've seen it happen in other places. It's mainly online where you will find a deal. So that's why I'm mainly recommending websites here because that's how things just work for me. So I will also not be like recommending particular products or anything. These are just websites I like to check around Black Friday time to see if they have any sales on and to see what the deals are like, and then I make my decisions accordingly. The first website I want to mention is Glossgods. Of course, a lot of indie brands around this time of year will have sales, so it could be like depending on whatever indie brand you're interested in, you could check those out. But I personally always check Glossgods. They usually do some sort of holiday collection, limited edition type of thing around this time of year. And I don't feel they do sales too often, and usually you can get a little bit of money off even on newer products with them. I'm subscribed to their newsletter, so last week I was already notified of their upcoming blackout weekend, and then they share a code in the newsletter that gives you like pre-access for that weekend, and then this week everything is on sale for the general population, you could say. So if you don't have the code and you're not subscribed to this newsletter, I believe the sale is on this entire week. I personally purchased the Starry Skies, I think it's called, or Starry Night Skies. It's their newest 15-pan palette that seems incredibly like blue-gray heavy. So of course, I have to try that out. So that's the only purchase that I knew I wanted to make for certain. And I like this sale because very often Glossgods is a Swedish makeup brand. So for me in the EU, shipping isn't too expensive. And I feel with the discounts I'm getting, it usually translates to free shipping. So I just pay them for the palette and that's pretty much it. So I feel like that's always a pretty good deal. And their shipping is usually pretty quick as well. So within a week, I usually have the products in my house. I've been doing that for the past 3 to 4 years, I believe, that I've made a purchase from Glossgods during the Black Friday sale, or at least in this time of year. Also because that's usually when they have a new launch coming in. And now it's their holiday collection with that 15-pan palette that when I saw it somewhere, I was like, ooh, I want to test that out for sure. So Glossgods is always a website I like checking out. Another brand I like to check out around this time of year is Colourpop, and Colourpop is a US-based brand that can be really expensive to get if you are based in a country that isn't the US. Because of all the shipping and handling fees you're going to have to pay on top of the fee of the actual like products. So I tend to wait for a sale. Usually around Black Friday, you do 25 or sometimes even 30% off of the entire website. So that's why I like to look at Colourpop. There are a couple of things you do need to bear in mind if you do shop Colourpop through their Black Friday sale. If you are, I know the rules in my country the best, so that's what I'm sort of speaking from. and that is that it only pays off if you make sure you have enough products to get free shipping. I believe it's like $50 or maybe $65. They've upped the threshold a little bit, but make sure you can get free shipping internationally, else it's not going to be worth it still, because then you need to pay the shipping fees. But you also should be aware of the fact that getting products worth over 150 euros is going to incur additional fees. I know a lot of people ignore this or don't even know this, but this is the law. Anything over 150 euros that you import from outside of the EU is subject to additional charges. So know that in advance. Don't make a purchase that is that big. So stick around. Like usually I stick between like just over free shipping and like 100 euros. And also take into account that US brands by law are required to list on your package the full retail price and not the sale price. So if you get a product with 30% off that originally was 35 euros, they're going to put the 35 euros on your customs like form for what you need to pay customs over. So be aware of this, that the amount of product you get doesn't exceed 150 euros original price, because else you will still have to pay the additional fees. And yes, that also of course means that the additional fee you will have to pay is going to be a little bit higher, because they look not at your sale price, but they look at the full price. And I've seen this happen not just with Colourpop, but with other US brands as well. So especially if you're also looking to buy for US based brands that are indie brands, for instance, they have to legally disclose the retail price. And retail price is not the sale price. It's not what you pay as a consumer. It's what it is listed in, like as on the website, and that's what, like regularly. So that's what they are legally bound to put on that documentation. That's not on the brands. I've seen a lot of people being angry with brands like Colourpop for doing this, but it's the law, and they cannot, they're not just doing this to try and bully you. It's just the reality of getting something from abroad. That's just the way it is. So, but yeah, Colourpop can be worth it. I have a couple of favorite products that usually I stock up on, but I did that last year and I still have plenty. So I'm not looking to buy from them this year. They haven't come out with anything new this year that really tickled my itch and made me go like, ooh, I need to check out Colourpop. But for instance, the Pretty Fresh setting spray is one of my favorite products. So I bought 4 of those last year, and it's going to last me at least until Black Friday next year. And then I will have to buy new things. That setting spray lasts me about 6 to 9 months with 1 bottle, so I know I have plenty, and that only next year I will have to start purchasing from them again. So maybe I'll just get another 4 if they still do that product by that time. But yeah, Colourpop is usually a brand that I do keep an eye out for Black Friday sales if there was anything I was interested in. Number 3 would be Victoria Beckham Beauty. One of the things I like to look for in Black Friday sales are expensive brands that don't normally do sales. I know for a fact that for the past couple of years, Victoria Beckham hasn't done any sales save for Black Friday, and then especially Cyber Monday. With Victoria Beckham, I have found that they usually have a couple of sales already going on at the start of Black Friday week, and then the discount goes up as you are progressing. Last year, I wasn't patient enough, and then I saw that there was an additional 5% off for Cyber Monday. So with Victoria Beckham, it may be clever to just hold it out and wait for Cyber Monday if you do want to purchase from them. They are, of course, incredibly expensive. So while I have bought things at full price as well myself, and I was also very lucky to get some in PR, I do feel that the quality of the products is very consistent. They do some wonderful things. I love their eyeliners especially. That's like my standout product. And what I've done in recent years is that I was like purchasing 1 or 2 of those eyeliners every year, get a little bit of a discount, and that way it was worth it. However, Victoria Beckham Beauty does have a couple of counters now. They are in Selfridges. At least the last time I was there, they were in store. So I think I want to check them out in store and see if there's anything new that I haven't purchased yet. Again, this is a brand that in the past year hasn't really released any new shades or additional products that really make me go like, ooh, I need to buy this now. Because with Victoria Beckham Beauty, things do stay in stock for a long time. So even if a product like is currently out of stock, they do bring it back eventually when they restock the product. So I know I'm in no rush to get anything. They don't really have limited editions. It's just if you were to looking like to try the brand for the first time and you want to splurge, it can be a brand to look into. Brand number 4 that I have for you is Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't done this recently, but in the past, whenever I have bought quite a few Charlotte Tilbury products in one go, it was usually during Black Friday. It's why I had quite a bit of Charlotte Tilbury in my life at a certain point in time, and it was mainly due to them doing really good sales for Black Friday. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury nails Black Friday. They have a load of sets that you can buy. Very often they will have discounts on sets, and then they do additional discounts if you spend over a certain amount of money. And then very often you get free product if you again spend over a certain amount of money. So it kind of like makes it very tempting to buy a lot in one go. And that is definitely something I want you to like also be savvy about. That's why I normally don't do Black Friday videos, because I don't want to stimulate you, I said it in the intro, to be spending money you may not have. But if you know this in advance and you know this going into it and you have a little bit of money set aside and you know you want to get these products, then I think it's okay. And it's okay to like save that spending until Black Friday, you could say, as long as you make sure you do have the money for it. But yeah, with Charlotte Tilbury, I do feel it's very tempting to overspend because they kind of push you towards spending more. So that's just something to look out for, and I would not purchase any more there if it's something you truly, truly, truly want to get. I have been able to find some I was able to find some good deals on there though in the past. Now I do get this question a lot, whether Lisa Eldridge does any sort of Black Friday sales. I've never seen them do them. I've never seen Lisa Eldridge do anything with a sale. So if you were hoping to get lucky this season and get some Lisa Eldridge products, I think you're going to be hard pressed. I don't think they will have a sale again. I haven't seen anything being announced yet anyways. Number 5 would be YesStyle. YesStyle is a website where I like to shop from regularly. They have loads of K-beauty, C-beauty, and J-beauty products, whether it be skincare or makeup. If you see me mentioning K-beauty products, it's probably from YesStyle. I've shopped from other websites before, and of course I did travel to Japan over the summertime, so I was able to see some products in person and to test things out. But YesStyle to me is just so easy because of a number of reasons. They have a point system that gets you money off with every purchase you make. The points do expire, so that's another like trigger to get you to spend more, I feel. I sometimes just let them expire. And because I had been shopping on there for such a long time, for some reason they figured out that I do makeup videos and they offered me to be part of their influencer program. So I do have a code with them and I make commission, and again I can use that commission against purchases I make, so that makes it even cheaper for me. And around Black Friday they usually have some pretty good discounts as well. Again, with YesStyle, the discounts are very often not only on the product, but they also give you more money off the more you spend. I think usually the threshold with them is like 150 euros, which is still quite manageable. And then if I have my points and my commission discount, I can even get more money off. And one of the reasons why this is something that I'm still like, I still have a little bit of a wish list on there. So I always look to see if there's anything I want to get, and then I sort of put everything in a shopping bag and I sort of see what the total comes to. And if that's like reasonable enough, then I might place the order. I'm not exactly sure yet whether I want to do that this year. I may want to wait until Christmas with making a YesStyle order. I'm still a little bit on the fence because they usually have a Christmas sale as well. That's about as good as Black Friday with YesStyle. I feel they do so many sales throughout the year. You don't have to wait for Black Friday exclusively, I feel. But yeah, YesStyle usually does give the biggest discount, I feel, during the Black Friday season. That being said, one of the reasons why I may want to do the purchase now is because of, as of 2026, China is no longer going to be exempted from a lot of the custom fees that, for instance, you do have to pay for in the US. That's another reason why I think so many EU-based customers are confused when it comes to what you do need to pay fees for and not, what you don't have to pay fees for. But since the late 90s, China as a country has been giving an exemption from a lot of custom fees to help boost the Chinese economy. And now that so many people are ordering through things like Temu and AliExpress and things like Shein and things like that, the EU has actually decided that as of 2026, I'm not exactly sure what date, but as of 2026, there are going to be additional fees for shipments coming in from China as well. So, and I think it's just to help prevent these huge retailers to have even more of a profit, especially because a lot of consumer organizations in Europe are very worried with the quality of some of the products that are being ordered. A lot of them have not been approved for the European market, and that's the official story that they give, but I definitely think there's like a financial, economic reason for it as well. Like, we're no longer going to boost this Chinese economy, we're going to make it more expensive. But yeah, that would be a reason for me to place the order now, because then I know that the order is going to arrive before the end of the year, and I know I'm going to be safe for not being hit with these additional custom fees. So I'm sort of on the fence, like, do I place the order now? Do I do it later in December and risk getting the fees? I'm not entirely sure yet. So when it comes to YesStyle, I'm still undecided. It could be that when I come back from London and I've got a sense of how much I've spent, that on Cyber Monday, I can still place an order if I didn't spend too much money in London. But I could also just decide, like, I'm just going to wait for it, because there are a couple of brands that I would still like to try that are on the list. And I have a nice little wish list, so maybe I buy everything in one go, but I might not. I don't know yet. So YesStyle is definitely one that I've sort of tabbed for myself to check out, to see what the deals will be like, to see if it's going to be worth it, yes or no. So those are like my top 5 that I always check out, but there are a couple of additional places to look out for. So I've already mentioned YesStyle, and I definitely think these like conglomerate websites that sell loads of different brands can be a great way to get a bit of like everything if that's what you're looking for. So a place like Beauty Bay or Cult Beauty or Beautylish, those are all websites that I like to check out to see, okay, what are the sales that they have going on? Are there any products I want to get? I always have a running wish list of products I do want to get, so I'm currently taking that wish list with me to London instead. But that's then something that I would do to see, okay, is it then worth it? And especially because these brands or these websites sell a whole host of different brands, a bit like Sephora, you could say. It just makes it easier to sometimes get the discount you want because they sell so many different things, and then you just have one basket and one order and it all comes your way. So, and especially like things like Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty, even though the UK is no longer part of the EU, they actually are pretty transparent that you don't have to pay for additional shipping and handling fees once the product arrives. And Beautylish, which is based in the US, has the same policy where everything is calculated at checkout, and what you pay at checkout is what you pay for your entire order. So for me, that always feels a little bit more secure and a little bit more like, it's just a little bit more transparent for me because I know upfront how much money I'm gonna spend. So that makes it easier to budget and to look into. Another brand to look into is Kiko Milano. If you've never tried Kiko Milano before, they also do a Black Friday sale every year. In the past, I've bought from them quite a bit during Black Friday. For instance, last year in January, or it was this year actually in January, but I did an entire video trying every single lipstick formula that the brand has to offer, at least what they had at the time. And I used the Black Friday sale to get all of those lip products. They very often do 2 plus 2 free for free, or like get two for free, or they sometimes even do get 2 products and get 3 products for free. So very often they will have deals like that going on. So if you're looking to try any Kiko Milano, then Black Friday can be a great way to get a bit of a discount because Kiko Milano is a little bit more of a, I would like to call it like mid-priced sort of brand. I very much lumped them together with drugstore very often, even though I know they are officially not a drugstore brand. But price point wise, they are very similar to what things go for here, like L'Oreal or Max Factor, which are brands sold at the drugstore. So if I just go by price point, Kiko Milano falls within that same category for me. So they're not super cheap. I know a lot of people think of drugstore as being cheap. Over here where I live, even drugstore makeup isn't cheap. The only brands that are cheap here are Essence and Catrice. Like, that's the only thing that's truly that affordable price point. Everything else is like very close to things like MAC or like these like more mid-price brands, you could say. And a lot of brands aren't even for sale here. So that's definitely something that I would like to would recommend you can look into. I believe Kiko, if there's a Kiko store near you, also do the sale in store. But I have found over time that their website is much better for checking stock and getting more unique shades. In store, they simply don't sell everything, I have found. So if you're looking for a particular type of lipstick that I've recommended in videos, or a particular blush shade or highlighter shade, very often I feel that in-store stock really can be a bit wishy-washy, and online I can usually find it just fine. So that can be something to look into if you would want to. So we've had Conglomerate website, we've had Kiko, so that's a brand that you can look into. I've definitely shopped Black Friday sales before from like US or Canada based indie brands as well. I remember getting a lot of like the Cleona singles for Black Friday, but I'm not entirely sure if they're doing a Black Friday sale this year. But that again, because it's like, you know, you have to pay for the shipping and handling fees, so then getting the discount and then adding the shipping and handling fees, a little bit similar to Colourpop, you could say. It can sort of like break even once you like, but you do have to be clever and like calculate in advance how much you may have to pay and all that jazz for it to truly be worth it. I've ordered plenty of times from places outside of the EU, so I kind of have an idea of what things will add up to in the end, and I do know that this differs country to country. I don't know how they do the calculation exactly, but over here there's a flat fee for like administrative fees, so that goes directly to your customs office for making the calculations and like receiving the goods and declaring them, you could say. And then there is an additional, I believe it's VAT that you pay for, so like tax that you pay, and then you have to pay like true import tax if it's over 150 euros. Another such brand that I've ordered from in the past during Black Friday is M Cosmetics. They have some wonderful things, but because they're in the US, they're very, very, very expensive to get. But I do love quite a few of those products. The Heaven's Glow blushes are some of my favorites. So M Cosmetics is another brand that I've checked out in the past and that I've ordered from. They didn't used to use a very reliable shipping company though, but I feel they've switched, at least the last time I ordered from them, which I think was 2 years ago. But they did switch shipping companies at a certain point, and they went from FedEx to, I think DHL, and DHL is a little easier for me to like get the package and stuff and whatnot. Like FedEx is over here in Europe, it's just, if you're not home, like trying to get the product, like with FedEx shippings, I've had to like send it to my parents just so like, and then tell my parents like, are you gonna be home that day? Because then I can have it shipped to you, because with my like work schedule and going to the gym and everything else I need to do, and because they don't even deliver during weekends. So I remember that being an issue in the past with M Cosmetics, but I feel they fixed that. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So that's another 3. What else is a brand that I think you can check out? If you are based in Europe, then places like Douglas, Notino. I have access to Easy Paris, but I think that's only the Netherlands and Belgium. They very often do Black Friday things as well. So that can be something to look into. Sephora, of course. I think Sephora, of course, has their sales event in the US usually around like early November, I feel. I'm not sure if they do Black Friday sales, but here in Europe, I was in Germany in a Sephora for Black Friday, and that was the only store in Düsseldorf that had any sort of Black Friday event going on. I went there for the Christmas markets. I didn't necessarily go for Black Friday, but they did have Black Friday in store in Sephora. So I will be in a Sephora in the UK this year on Black Friday, I hope. So maybe there's a sale there as well. I don't know. I don't know how busy things are going to be for this entire weekend as well when I'm in London. We'll just see how it goes. I wanted to go see Christmas lights in London. That was the aim. Do a bit of book shopping, do a bit of makeup shopping. I've got my nice little like itinerary checked out. So yeah, Sephora is of course another one to check out, but it may depend on where you live, whether they actually do Black Friday or not. At least I feel. And department stores are a great way to also check things out. Over here in the Netherlands, we just have Bijenkorf, but they do a lot of different makeup brands as well. But I do think that a lot of like department stores also participate in Black Friday. And they also, of course, give you deals. So yeah, those are things, places you can check out and see if there's anything you would want to get. Like I said, there's only one thing in particular that I'm really, really looking forward to, and that is that Glossgods palette. Everything else, I'm sort of like, either I already have it, or I will just be buying it in the when I'm in the UK. So if there is a discount, then fine. But if not, I've already budgeted for like paying full price for it. So then it's just going to be cheaper. And YesStyle. That's like the only thing that is sort of like tickling my brain, because I found so many beautiful products when I was in Japan, but I couldn't take it all home in one go. I didn't want to lug it all around. And I've actually been watching a lot of Ghoul in Japan. That's her TikTok title and or her name on TikTok. And she does these really fun, gothic-y inspired makeup looks, and they always look amazing. And she has like really sold me on trying some Hintor, so I want to try them. Hints, I don't know how to say it. That's another brand I want to check out. Entropy is a brand I want to check out. So these are all like Asian beauty brands that I've never tried before that do really interesting cool tone lip products. So I know I want to get some of those. I would like to get some more Cheer Yep palettes through there. I found a bunch of them that they do that look really interesting. And yeah, there's just a couple of Asian beauty brands that I would really love to try. So that could be a purchase that I make, but I'm still sort of like marinating that in my brain. Like, do I want to or do I not? I'm still on the fence because I also I need a new computer because my laptop is now 5 years old and it's still working, but I do feel like it's starting to lag in weird places and like the touchpad that you use. So I also need a new computer before the end of the year. And I want to pay off my student loans this year as well. So I have a couple of other financial goals as well. So maybe Black Friday is just not really a thing for me this year. But yeah, be clever. I hope this video was a little bit helpful that you know where I go if I want to shop Black Friday. But I definitely will not be buying too many Black Friday deals, like I said, unless I can find things while I'm in London. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you are looking forward to getting for Black Friday. I would love to know. And then, yeah, let me know what you bought in the end. I will be here with a haul with all of the bits I bought in London after I come back. So my December haul will be my London haul. So if you want to know what I do pick up during the Black Friday weekend, but physically in store, then check back very, very soon, because then I will be able to show you everything that I got in that is new to me for December. So thanks so much for watching this video today. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, subscribe, and then I hope to see you again really, really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.